Laziness does not always present itself as pure idleness. Often it dresses in comfort, whispers sweet words, and convinces us that tomorrow will be the perfect time to act. But while we postpone, opportunities pass silently. And so, little by little, dreams dissolve without us realizing it. Mateus knew this cycle well. He lived in a small town surrounded by green hills and cut by a wide river. On the other side stood the municipal library, an old building with heavy wooden doors and tall windows, where he dreamed of working to restore ancient books. But to get there, he had to cross an old stone bridge. It wasn't the distance that stopped him, but the habit of giving in to comfort, staying in bed, postponing commitments, leaving things for later. He was not someone without goals. On the contrary, he had big dreams, but he lived trapped in the illusion that somehow things would happen on their own. Until one cold, windy afternoon, his grandmother called him to talk. She was a woman with lively eyes, deep wrinkles, and a voice full of stories. "Mateus, when I was young, I knew a man named Anselmo. He wanted to open the best bakery in town, right there, across the river. Every day he would say, 'I'll cross the bridge tomorrow.' And so time passed, until one day the bridge began to lose stones. It became dangerous, then was closed down, and the bakery never existed." She paused and added, "Laziness is like rust. You don't notice it's there until you realize it has already corroded what you had most precious, your time." That night, Mateus couldn't sleep. The story echoed in his mind like a warning. He began to notice something he hadn't seen before. Every time he postponed a task, it was as if he were removing a stone from his own bridge, a late school assignment, a visit he promised to make to his grandmother, a book left for later. It all added up. Days went by until, on a cold and cloudy morning, Mateus woke up later than usual. Looking out the window, he saw an elderly man with a cane trying to cross the bridge, slipping on the damp stones. Without thinking, he put on his sneakers and ran there. While helping the man across, he realized that he himself hadn't stepped on that bridge in months, and when he reached the other side, he found himself in front of the library. He stood still for a few moments, feeling a mixture of regret and hope. He walked in. The aroma of old paper enveloped him. A lady with round glasses, probably the librarian, smiled at him. "Are you the new volunteer?" He hesitated. The word no was ready to come out, but his grandmother's story came to mind. "Yes, I am," he replied. From that day on, Mateus began working on book restoration. In the first few days, laziness still called to him, asking him to stay in bed. But little by little, crossing the bridge became a habit, and the more he acted, the less room there was for delay. Months later, he received a letter from the librarian. "Mateus, your dedication saved more than 50 books that were about to be lost. Without you, part of our history would have disappeared. Thank you." As he read it, his eyes filled with tears. Not because he had been recognized, but because he realized how much he could have lost if he had delayed just one more day. That night, he told his grandmother, "I've learned that laziness is not just doing nothing. It's giving up on who we could be." She smiled and replied, "And you've also learned that the bridge is always there, but no one can cross it for you." Since then, Mateus never again left for tomorrow what he could do today. And every time he crossed the bridge, he remembered Anselmo, the bakery that never existed, and how every step taken now builds the ground for tomorrow.